Start off the stream by saying it's over.
It started. Hi, everybody.
Oh, Echo, it's over.
What's over?
We're done past 10 months now. It's over. We're at 11 months now being together. We can't say we've been together 10 months anymore. It's 11.
Yes, it
I
is
scared her.
11 months. I was going to say, what's over? Hi, Mimi. Welcome in. Let me get it pulled up on my phone in case I have to give anybody.
I was listening to the baseball game. I was like, let's go live. It's our anniversary. It's the 4th of July. I want to go live.
And he usually does not want to be on my stream.
I don't want to even
all.
be on my streams. I got chicken grease on my glasses.
Chicken grease.
Yeah. That's a whole nother story that we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I can see now.
Okay. How was your 4th of July, Mimi? Did you do anything fun? We didn't really do anything to celebrate 4th of July. Our little town here had 4th of July fireworks on last Saturday.
It was about 10, 15 minutes long at the most. But from what I understand, that's normal for a post 2020 events. Fireworks shows have got a lot smaller.
Why would that make a difference?
The prices went up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the prices
on everything went up.
Yep.
I'm a lot closer to the camera than you are.
Well,
I have to sit back.
Let's really make them dizzy. Let's start rocking like old beef.
Don't push on my chair.
Oh, okay.
My chair gets enough abuse from Allison when we play cards.
Is abuse really the right word?
Abuse is the word. Yes, she stretches out in it and leans back and sits down low and everything. Every time I'm like, please don't break my chair. I need my office chair.
Yeah, I'm in the one that we bought, and then I've claimed it now.
Yeah, we bought it at the Goodwill for $20.
That's $20 I spent.
It's a nice little chair, but he claimed it real quick. I wanted it.
It sits real good for the first 45 minutes, and then after that, it's like, oh, there's more of me than there is chair. Doesn't go halfway up the leg, so it doesn't support up near my knee, so my legs get tired. Sam Gloves, welcome in.
Great. Hi, Sam. You.
That's right. No gloves, but I am drinking sugar-free peach tea.
Mm-hmm. Sam, I did have gloves on earlier when I did my repotting of my plants.
Oh, did you?
Yes, my garden gloves. So when that video comes out, make sure you watch those gardening videos because you'll see me with gloves on.
What color were the gloves?
They are flowery gloves.
Oh, the different multi-cover
color. Yes.
Norma.
Hello, Norma.
It's over. 10 months is over with for me and her. We're now at 11 months. We can't say we've been together 10.
No, now it's 11. And it was so funny because we got messed up a couple months ago. It was really
messed up, not me.
It was our 9th month anniversary. But then when the next month come around, which would have been 10 months for last month, I thought it was 9 months then. Like I lost a whole month somehow.
Time stands still when you're with me, baby.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. But now we're back on track. It is 11 months. It will be 1 year on August the 4th.
I just got one question to ask you.
What?
How in the world do you put up with me?
I don't know.
Is it easy?
No.
Now, be more specific. What's not easy?
Oh, gosh. It has been a struggle this entire 11 months because he is so used to being by himself. He is stubborn. He is selfish. Yes. You.
I don't claim that. I'm not stubborn. I'm set in my ways. I'm not stubborn.
Yeah, no. It's been a learning experience for both of us. I've had my issues to deal with, as has he. It is easy to commingle things. It is not so easy to commingle people.
Mm. But if we had it to do over again, would we still do it the same way?
Probably.
Yes.
We probably would
Yep.
do exactly the same as we did. And I don't have any regrets for how we did it.
I don't either.
It's just that there was some unfortunately unhappy, rough patches along the way.
You
But
have to become a member to find out about all
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah. But overall, I think we've adjusted really
I want
well.
to rate you on a scale of 1 to 10 right now.
No.
You get a 10.
Um.
My nickname for you is Bo Derek.
Oh my
But
gosh.
she was the perfect 10.
She was the perfect 10.
She may still be living. I don't know. So, Bo, if you're watching this, I just want to know why you're watching this. But if you are,
Yeah, I don't think Bo Derek would be watching our stream. I really don't.
so what did we eat for our anniversary meal tonight, Echo?
Well, we barely went all out. We went to the local Food Lion grocery store and we thought we were buying a half a chicken.
No, I thought I was buying a whole chicken, which I'd put in the cart.
Yeah. And then he said, but they also have 2 half a chickens.
2 halves equal 1 whole.
Whole, and it might be easier than we each get half a chicken and we don't have to cut the whole chicken up. So I said, okay, sure. So he gets them. We get home and it was 2 leg quarters in each bag. So we had 4 leg quarters instead of 2 halves of chicken.
No breast to be found.
No breast or wings, but it was still pretty good.
And the weird thing was, it was what, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and they had 1 chicken left till bedtime.
Yeah.
So they
underprepared.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had the chicken, and I had some cut up cauliflower, fresh cauliflower, with a little bit of ranch dip.
She made me a bowl.
And I made him some cauliflower too, but then he was too full, and so I ate his too. Because I'm on this liver shrinking diet thing for my surgery, and I can have vegetables and I can have meat. I can't have carbs, things like that. But I was really getting hungry today, so I was like, "When are you going to get the chicken?"
5:45. I said 6:15.
Yeah. So and then I was like, "Well, I'm going to go with you, and we need to go ahead and go because I'm hungry now." So we couldn't have like mashed potatoes with it, or potato salad, or macaroni salad, or anything like that. So we just had chicken. He just had chicken, and then I had chicken and cauliflower. Norma says we had spare ribs, fresh green beans, and corn on the cob. Well, that sounds pretty good, Norma. Pretty good.
What's the traditional meal to eat on the 4th of July besides hot dogs?
I always think of just cookout food: hot dogs, hamburgers, baked beans, potato salad, watermelon, that kind of stuff.
You remember that commercial? I'm fixing to date myself. I'm old. Hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. You don't remember that slogan for Chevrolet trucks?
No.
Yeah, they showed the big old apple pie sitting on the tailgate. I bet Norma remembers that.
She might.
She's from about my generation.
Yeah. Well,
I've not had to go in the corner today.
Yeah, he's not.
First of all,
he's not been in the
we
corner.
don't really have their corners
Yes,
here.
we do have
They're
corners.
full.
They're full of stuff, but we could move stuff around to make a corner for him to get in if he has.
Oh, I know a new talking point we can do.
What?
Remember, I have good ideas and bad ideas. Tell them about our list when we bring something new in, what we do.
Oh, well, when we combined things when Dave moved in, remember, we live in a 1-bedroom apartment and we don't have a lot of storage space. And so what we've been doing is when we bring something new into the house, something old has to go out. And it's either has to be donated if it's usable. And if it's not usable, then we throw it in the trash. But most things that we've decided to let go of have been usable and we've donated them.
So the other day I bought 2 T-shirts and 2 shirts went in the trash because they were too far gone.
They were too far gone to donate.
Oh, we just did that in stereo.
Yeah.
We complete each other's sentences after 11 months.
We've been donating to the Goodwill, and also we have a place called the Treehouse. And the Treehouse is a thrift store that supports hospice. And so that's a good cause to give things to also. So we do that in another way to help our community as well. We donate our items that we no longer need or want, and then somebody else will be able to get them at a very reduced price.
We do the food box too, donating the extra food.
Right. That video came out today of us putting the food in the little
collection box,
the little pantry, the little food pantry.
You'll see in the chat, the Nightbox just dropped the link. So reach out to Echo if you'd like to help with donations for that, because we can put cleaning supplies in there as far as towelettes. We can put
we could do toiletries like toothpaste. This was a tip was given to us by one of the comments off of the video today, said to do, because I was saying that I think it was Lisa D that mentioned it. We were saying about putting the non-perishable food, and she said that she also puts in like toothbrushes and toothpaste and deodorant.
That's a good idea.
You know, and that kind of thing. Things, toiletries that they probably have a hard time coming up with also. So that's a good time, a good thing to donate as well.
Right. And I've seen people in the little park that's right there near that box with their backpacks. And as I was driving off, I could see them going toward the box.
And we can just tell by the food not being there from time to time.
We put probably 75 pounds of food in there in the past month at least.
And when we went today to do it, or not today, yesterday, when we went, we could tell that other people are also putting stuff in there now. And that's a good sign, because for a long time, I don't think anybody even used it because I didn't even realize we had it at first. They have them in the bigger town that our daughter lives in. They have several of them in that town.
Our town's so small, we only need one.
Yeah, and I didn't think we even had one.
I didn't think anybody was using it.
And I have drove up and down that road a million times. And all of a sudden, one time we went by and I said, I got to turn around. I got to check this out, because I think that's one of those blessing boxes or mini food pantries. And so I checked it out, and sure enough, that's what it was. But it was slap empty, not anything in it. And so then we started putting stuff in it. And it's really, I mean, they're really liking it, I think, because it's helping some people. And I forgot to say in the video that it also is going to help the parents of the kids that are out of school right now, because they're used to those kids getting fed breakfast and lunch.
We're in a good neighborhood where we're at, but 1 street over, 2 streets over, not that good of a neighborhood. I think there's some people in need within a mile or 2 of us.
Yes, definitely. So I think they're, getting the food out of it as well. So I'm just glad that we found it, and I'm glad that we've been putting the food in there. And as we go on with it, we'll start getting more and more things. Most of the things we put in there are things that don't need a can opener and that don't really have to be heated up. I mean, they could leave the can sitting out in the sun and it would warm it up.
Right.
Pretty much.
The best hamburgers I've ever had, I was at Stone Mountain Park as a kid, and we had hamburgers wrapped in aluminum foil, set them up in the window with a 74 Buick, and they were steamed hot. so good when we came out. My mom had brought those. I never will forget that.
Yeah.
I know what our other talking point is.
What?
You're nesting. Norma, did you know, Norma, did you know she is nesting? There's going to be a new arrival in this household Monday or Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And guess what it's going to be, Norma? You're one of the first people to know.
It's going to be my new baby Tommy.
Yeah, she's been nesting.
Yes, I have been nesting big time, trying to get things done before I go have my surgery. I have been cleaning house. I have been doing stuff that needed to be done that I didn't do because of my foot being in the boot and all of that.
And the stuff I didn't do right or didn't do.
Well, so it's just been an experience where I'm like starting a whole new life. And I am trying to get everything here organized because I know when I'm laid up those first couple weeks, I'm going to be sitting there saying, oh, I should have done, this should be cleaned up or this should be done or whatever. And Dave's going to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I don't want to.
Our taste buds will not be the same. The taste of food will not be the same. The way things digest won't be the same. She will be learning to eat just like an infant would.
Yes, I have to do all liquids. As a matter of fact, I wrote it down. Did I put it back in the book? Or do I had it right here. I wrote it down. From days 1 and 2 is only the clear liquids, but I'll be in the hospital the majority of that part, so that the hospital will give me whatever I'm supposed to have.
I think that was my most shocking moment when they brought the hospital tray out. And
Yeah.
It had a round thing of, I won't say it had apple juice that was pressed. It had broth and it had water. And I won't say it had Jello on it. And that was it. They said, this is what you eat today.
Yeah.
Get as much as you can.
And then days 3 through 14, I'm on full liquid diet, which means I can have, not only can I have the water and the sugar-free drink mixes, the sugar-free Jello, sugar-free popsicles, Powerade or Gatorade Zero, broth, and the protein shakes. Then I can also add in non-fat Greek yogurt, and I can have unsweetened almond milk. I can have low-fat cottage cheese, and I can have protein pudding.
I honestly didn't think when you started this journey that you would be having the surgery before our 1-year anniversary.
Really?
I thought it was going to be at like month 14 or 15.
Wow. And then days 15 through 28, then I can also have cream soups, eggs, scrambled eggs or hard-boiled eggs, blended up, tuna and chicken salad kind of blended up, and then vegetables blended up. And then on day 29, I can start reintroducing whole food.
That may go good. That may not go good.
Yeah.
It may take a little longer.
And now those are all just
guidelines
of what the program calls for. It may take me longer on the liquids. It may take me longer on the soft food. And then it may take me longer on that. But there's no right or wrong as far as how fast you progress from stage to stage.
You saying that, tell them the watermelon story.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have been, my particular doctor group, Sterling Bariatrics, has a Facebook group that is for support for those of us patients. And there's like 999 patients on there. So anyway, I belong to that. And I also belong to a couple other bariatric website or Facebook pages. One is mainly for recipes, and then the other one is mainly for support.
I'm going to tilt this forward because we're falling backwards. There we go.
Anyway, there was a gentleman posted. His surgery had been like 3 days prior to this situation. And he said, I don't know what's wrong, what I did wrong or whatever, but I'm having terrible, terrible pain. And he said, all I did was have a few bites of watermelon. Now,
No.
up to day 3 on my program is clear liquids, and then it's full liquids. Watermelon doesn't come into play
It's
until
liquid. It's mostly water, but it's not a clear liquid.
and it's sugar.
And it's sugar.
And the sugar is what causes you to get ill from it.
Can I go ahead and say it?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, I was like, man, how stupid can you be? So of course, all the people in the Facebook group were like, you know,
How did they go again?
Yeah, stop. You know, you should not be on anything but clear liquids, and every program is different. Okay, every doctor, every surgeon,
hers was completely different than mine.
Every surgeon gives their patients their own set of guidelines, and my group gave us this binder.
Can I tell them the cheeseburger story of mine?
In a minute.
You shouldn't be giving that information away.
Why? Doesn't say anything about where it's at.
Okay.
Anyway, when we went and saw the doctor before he gave me my surgery date, he said, you've got your book, you've got the list in there, read it, follow it. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, tell your cheeseburger story.
I was about 3 weeks after my surgery, and I'd been doing the liquid. I'd really been suffering on it. And I couldn't walk at that time. I was in a power chair. And I took my power chair onto a MARTA bus in Atlanta and went into town into a McDonald's and ordered 1 cheeseburger. And I ate it in a circular motion, taking little itty bitty baby bites, trying to get it to go down. Was not a good idea. And this lady, because I was about 200 pounds heavier than I am now, she came up to me, and it was at Christmas time. I never will forget this. She said, honey, I'm going to give you $20 because you look so pitiful there sitting there with that one little hamburger. I was like, no, I don't need your money. I said, this is the first thing I've ate in 3 weeks from after the surgery. And then she was like, take the money anyway. You still look pitiful.
But you should, at 3 weeks out, you should not have even been trying. Especially not with the bread.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Even if you just ate the meat and the cheese, you would have probably had problems.
Yeah, it was sticky.
But the bread is what did you in. For sure.
Yeah.
But you have to realize he had his surgery 4 or 5 years ago.
They do it completely different now.
And they do it completely different now. And things are, and they're learning. You know, as time goes by with medical things, they're always learning. And so things are different now.
The Isopure that she gets, the protein flavors that she gets are 100 times better than what I had. Mine were nasty like chalk.
Lots of changes since then, I would say. Yes. And he tries to tell me, you know, how I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, I'm going by my book. I'm going by what my doctors say, because things are not the same. And my experience is not going to be the same as his experience.
No, everybody's got their own individual journey with this.
You know, it's going to be totally different. And how I deal with it will be totally different. He's telling me all about, you know, how bad this hurt and how this was and da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I'm going to have to experience it for myself. And I'll know after I go through it, you know, where my things were that hurt or bothered me or whatever like that.
Some may be the same.
And some may not. Some may be totally different. But I'm glad that he went with me to the appointment and talked to the doctor.
Oh, that's another good talking point. I went into the doctor with her to meet the doctor because she'd been going to all these meetings. And if I did not like that doctor, I was point blank going to tell her, no surgery. You think she's going to listen to me?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Well, but I knew you were going to
I would have said, I think you need to do a little more research with another group that does this, is what I would have said.
Mm-hmm. But my doctor's had this surgery done, and He's a very country boy. So Dave liked him right away. And he was telling us about, like how you have to eat after the surgery. So he was telling us about a time he went on a fishing trip and they were going to have gourmet sandwiches with all kinds of different bread and all this stuff. And he told the guy making the sandwiches, I just need the meat and the cheese and I'll just roll it up and eat it like that. And he said, well, how many of those do you need?
6.
And he said 4.
Did he say 4?
He said
I thought
4.
he said 6.
And he said it took him all afternoon to eat it, but he ate it. But he didn't eat all the bread. So what he's saying basically is you're not going to stop your life from going on, and you can go places and do things, but you make the right choices. You don't eat what everybody else is eating just because that's what's there. You try to make accommodations for yourself and eat the best that you can, and plan ahead. My thing is going to be that I'm going to have already had my meal before we go somewhere, or I'm going to take it with me and have it, then, so that I don't have to get in that kind of situation.
No, Norma, they do it with what they call tubes. It's done laparoscopically, and they put grain-sized little holes in your belly, 6 different ones, and they put rods in, and then they maneuver the rods, and then one of the holes they'll pull the stomach out of what they cut off, and then there's a thing that's it's a strip that's got staples in it. They staple your stomach back to.
Well, actually, that's not correct.
How are they doing that?
How they do it now is yes, they're going to have the equipment, the instruments in the holes, but they actually put something in your mouth, down your esophagus, into your stomach, and then they suture along that to make the sleeve.
Oh, so they're not putting that thing that still irritates me to this day.
I don't know, but so in other words, here's going to be the tube in your throat and into your stomach, and then they will suture along this, and then they will take this extra part out, and then they'll take the tube back out, and then you will have your little sleeve made there.
I didn't know they did mine.
Mm-hmm. I just read about it today. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting how they.
Mine looked like aluminum foil with stitches, and then they crimped it and clamped it. It's weird. It was weird how they did it.
No. This and whatever they suture that on the inside, that's all dissolvable. I don't have to have the sutures out later on or anything like that. That'll all just dissolve as my stomach heals. So basically what they do is they're going to cut 80% of my stomach off and take it out.
Right.
And they will sew the stomach back together, and I'll end up having, so like the size of my esophagus will just come down, and I'll have that big of a stomach about the size of my esophagus going through until it connects to my small intestines.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. And I was also reading.
This beats the lap band, though. The lap band is scary.
Yes. There is. Everybody thinks that the main reason why this surgery helps you lose weight is because it restricts the amount of food you can eat at one time, which is true. However, if you eat the wrong food, as soon as that food passes, you eat some more food, and and you keep it going, you're going to eventually gain weight because you will eat too many calories. But because they remove some of the hunger hormones out of your,
it's called ghrelin,
and they remove some of that by removing that top part of your stomach, then you're not as hungry. You don't have an appetite, and so you don't need that to eat that much. Okay, but it also changes by them changing that. It changes all of your hormones for your digestion. So it alters the way that then your body uses that food. And then it makes it to where your metabolism switches a switch to where you're burning fat instead of, because you're not getting it out of the food.
And you've got to be sure to be exercising because it'll burn muscle instead of fat.
Right. And that's why you have to eat the protein.
Right.
Is so that you will keep your
protein builds muscle.
And muscle burns more fat than fat does.
And muscle weighs more than
fat
fat.
does.
So
Yes.
it'll seem like you're losing less weight, but you're building muscle.
Right. And so, and you're going to have loose skin. And the more muscle you build, the more muscle that you build, and the more you tone up things, the less you'll have to deal with that loose skin. But I don't care about the loose skin.
I don't either.
I really don't. I'll wear a girdle or a compression garment or whatever I have to do, just so that I get the fat out and I get my diabetes better.
They were going to do my surgery and tighten up all my skin right before everything happened in 2019 and 2020, and then I couldn't have it done. They wanted $10,000 to put a new belly button in. I didn't care if I had a belly button.
I wouldn't care either. But the thing about it is that some people, they've felt bad about themselves all the years that they were fat. And it switches from feeling bad because they're fat to not feeling bad because they have loose skin. I don't care. I'm not doing it for how I'm going to look. I'm doing it because of my health. I have got to get the diabetes under control and stop the complications of the diabetes.
Well, you can already see improvements now.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
I can see improvements in her sleeping because she would turn the color of her shirt when she was sleeping when I first met her, when she'd fall asleep. And now she's not doing that as much, sometimes around the lips just a little bit. And I'll say, wake up!
Because sometimes I don't breathe very deep when I sleep.
Right.
But
she's a shallow breather.
I'm a shallow breather.
But you got a big heart.
Yes, I have a big heart that makes up for it. But anyway, we didn't come on here tonight to really talk about my surgery. We came on here to talk about our relationship and just relationships in general after 60. When you turn 60 or
I got me an older woman, guys and gals.
He's 55. Really? I'm 61, so I'm 6 years older than him. I know so much more about things because I'm older. I've lived 6 more years than you.
I know what they say about older women. And it's true. Yeah, I have to find that country western song.
So, like we were talking the other day, and the year he started high school.
Don't be telling all this. Okay, go ahead.
Is the same year I got married.
I was just a kid.
Yes, I robbed the nest. But anyhow, when you have been in a relationship.
Can I go ahead and say something to her comment?
Yeah.
I've always hung out with people that were 10, 15, 20 years older than me because I didn't have any brothers or sisters, and all my relatives were older than I was. So naturally, I would be attracted to someone older, but prettier.
But anyway, when you've been in a relationship,
you're blushing,
and it has ended one way or another, and you're by yourself then for a while, it is very difficult to start a new relationship because you have baggage and they have baggage.
I like to sleep with a device on that's playing like a TV. She doesn't really like to do that.
No. But there are things that are a little annoying, but then there are things that are deal breakers. And I think that's been what this 11 months has been, is us figuring out, are there deal breakers or are there just little annoyances that we have to deal with?
Nope.
And I think the biggest part about it is that you have to choose. Are you going to let it annoy you, or are you going to let it go? That's the main thing, because it's still going to be there.
It's sitting right there on your shoulder. You can choose to talk to it, or you can choose to knock it off. Knock it off. It's gone. And then you forget about it.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And also you have to learn how to let go of
Oh, tell
things
them
being
the
done
story.
your way.
Tell them the story about the road that where I'm
Oh
always
yeah,
silent on.
where we have to go to see my doctor is about 40 minutes
You'll like this
away,
story, Norma.
and it's really two country roads that we go through. We go through two little country towns.
Peach orchards everywhere.
Yes, but we go through the first little town that has a peach orchard, and then we go through a second little town that has a speed trap, and then we get to the town where my doctor's office is at. But anyway, on the one little stretch of road, seems like every time we have gone, except for the last two times,
Last three times.
or last three
Yeah,
times,
last three.
Every time we had gone before, we would have an argument on that stretch of road because
About something stupid.
But he would say something really stupid,
I'm capable
and
of
it
doing
would
that.
really annoy me. And so we would have an argument about it.
What did I say? What did I say? You're driving too fast. So what did you do? You pulled over.
I pulled over to the side of the road and I said, "That's it. You drive." I got out, let him drive the rest of the way. And I said, "I'm not going to criticize your driving. I'm not going to say nothing about it. But if you want to
I got
criticize,
the look.
if you want to criticize my driving, you can drive then." So then he's learned how to say,
No, yeah, tell him the story of how I properly said and
yes,
conveyed my message.
it was raining.
I'm trainable, Norma. I'm trainable.
It was raining, and he, instead of him saying, "Slow down, it's raining," like he normally would do, he said, "Honey, I know you know it's raining, and I know
God.
you're a good driver, but our tires aren't that great. So slow down a little bit because we don't want to have an accident." And I was like, "Because you said it like that, I'm going to take that advice. But if you had said it wrong, I would not be taking your advice."
She would have sped up even more.
I would have said, so.
I didn't go again.
So anyway, he has learned some things on how to approach me. "Hey, Bert's Beats, how you
Bert.
doing? Happy 4th of July.
I hope you enjoyed your trip out to the West Coast.
Are you back home? Or is he still out
I
there?"
don't know.
Oh, last I heard, he was still
That was
out
a
there.
big spider.
That was a spider.
Are you Little Miss Muffet?
No, I'm not.
What is a tuffet?
A tuffet is like a footstool.
From the olden days.
Yeah.
So from your childhood?
Mm-hmm.
No, way before that.
Way before my
I'm
childhood.
Norm, I'm about to get in trouble.
Oh.
88 degrees and sunny, Chula. All right, you're still there.
Oh, okay.
He's coming up for a second round. The spider is.
That's okay. I'm gonna get him. So I forget now where I was at, what I was talking about. Oh, anyway, so you really you're never gonna get a perfect relationship. You're never gonna get somebody who does everything exactly the way you want it done, or says everything exactly
That's
right.
the one thing. She had to give up control of me doing my laundry, and I wash dishes completely different than her.
Yeah.
But they get clean and they get done.
And when that really happened was when I injured my leg and I had to wear that boot. I couldn't do the laundry and I couldn't do the dishes because I couldn't do very much with it on my leg. It just made my leg hurt. And so he did those things, and I had to just appreciate the fact that he was willing to do them and that the way he did them was good enough.
Norma says, "I'm going to wind up in the corner. I got a request. Here's what I want for my anniversary. I want you to put a few stamps on me and mail me to Norma."
Oh my gosh.
Especially if she's cooking like she cooked tonight.
But anyway, we have learned how to get along, I think. And at the end of the day, we still love each other. Bye, Bert. We love each other enough to work out the issues and make it so that we can have a happy life together.
Oh no, please don't.
Sending you to him.
To her?
You to her. Yeah.
I'd teach Mr. Norma my bad habits.
Mm.
That way he would be acting like me
I
when I
think
left.
Mr. Norma probably has a couple bad habits of his own. I don't think
He doesn't need to do ladders.
Yeah, no, doesn't need to be up on ladders. That's for sure. So, what else you want to talk about?
How about our ceiling light?
Oh yeah,
Do they know about our fire alarms?
Yeah, I've already talked about
Okay,
those.
yeah. Tell them
But
about. Tell them what I nicknamed him.
Our upstairs neighbor was stomping around.
If you got earphones on, I'm sorry.
He was stomping around
All over the house,
upstairs, moving stuff around,
dragging stuff.
And now one of our kitchen, we have recessed kitchen lights, 4 of them in the ceiling. One of them is hanging down.
They've already had to fix the one in the laundry room before. Remember when I first moved in? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So now we're going to have to get the maintenance guy to come and I guess just stick it back up in there.
Yep.
But I've lived here for 6 years. August will be starting the sixth year, 7th year. Wait, let me think now.
No ladder and hard-headed. That's directed toward me, or I guess
no,
to both of
that
us.
Mr.
I can't
Norma
do ladders.
shouldn't do ladders, and he's hard-headed. I'm trying to, let me think now, 2015, 2016.
Well, you're counting. I saw something at Walmart Norma needs. It was a frying pan you could have used on Mr. Norma.
I'm going to say 2018.
That was
19,
a cast
20,
iron
21,
frying
22,
pan.
23,
It was
24.
probably
Yeah.
13, 14 inches, and it had to weigh 20, 25 pounds. I barely could pick it up.
I guess it'll be starting the 7th year that I've lived in this apartment. And so, things are starting to wear out, have problems. And so they're going to have to be doing some maintenance.
What's the little maintenance? Little dude.
Yeah, our little maintenance dude, he's
shriveled.
He's something else. I got 3 of them, Dave.
Oh, the cast
Talking about the cast iron skillets.
Are they warped from beating him, or are they okay? You don't need one, honey.
I couldn't lift it probably either.
I barely could pick it up off the shelf.
Mm.
I like cornbread out of one though. Once you get it seasoned.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
How about Lloyd and Lola? What are we doing with Lloyd and Lola?
I think Lloyd and Lola and Lloyd's channel is defunct.
Yeah, hand them to us and let's tell them goodbye.
I think we need to go ahead and just have our relationship talks on this main channel and not do Lloyd and Lola, and then we'll just make something new on that channel.
Let's see if he's learned to follow directions.
Lloyd, we're not going to have a channel anymore, honey, because we never go on our channel. We never do anything, and it's too much me having too many channels. You want me to give you a kiss? Ah! No, wrong end. Okay. Oh. Bye. Bye. Now the baby girl can have them to play with. She calls them the lambs instead of the llamas, and she always comes.
Why was Lloyd always so dumb?
I don't know. You made him that way.
He was a reflection of me when you first got me. I'm non-returnable and
refundable.
Yeah. You got a good deal in me.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay. You think so?
Do you?
I don't know. You definitely love me. That's for sure.
I love you.
You'd fight somebody for me?
I'd milk a cow for you. I got you.
You're a nut.
I got you.
You are. You are.
Susan would call me goof.
Nut. Goof. Yes.
Norma's gonna laugh on that one when she says she's about a minute behind. I'm figuring out. No, this is milking a cow, not to fight for you.
Well, I thought at first you did like boxing.
Oh, you're milking a cow too for me?
No.
Oh, that's true love.
I was boxing for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's box.
Uh,
How'd it go? Don't play Battleship though with Echo. Let's see what all have we played. We played backgammon.
Yeah.
We played Yahtzee, Battleship,
Yeah.
Rummy.
Farkle.
Oh, Farkle, no more.
Uno.
Spin. What else?
Well, the fireworks have started.
Yeah, they're starting here too. Oh, I just heard one out there now.
Yep.
Yep, they're starting
I
here
hear
too.
'em.
Well, guys, you ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go. How many
All
people's
right.
in here?
I don't know.
0.
Well, no.
They'll be watching afterwards.
This says there's people in here, and that says there's not. I don't think it's accurate.
I don't either.
Anyway.
Bye.
Bye. Happy 4th of July. Let me get the button. Button.